Welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. My name is Ricky, and this is Jesse. This is a challenge run where we are not taking any perks, sort of, and we are not directly increasing any of our skills permanently. Last week, we helped the NCR out with a bit of their fiend problem. This week, I thought we'd find out what Crocker has next for us. He did ask us to come back when we were ready. Okay, so full disclosure, I recently just did GI Blues, just to kind of get it out of the way, and also because what we're about to do can cause it to fail. I've also already used my favor from the king to join the kings, and this is important for what we're about to do, and I will explain all of that later, although odds are you already know, because you know what, the likelihood that you've already played this game is pretty high. Earlier, you mentioned another assignment.
So I did. We've had reports of violence against NCR citizens in a neighborhood just to the northeast called Freeside. Violence is something of a way of life there, but there's been a disturbing rise in the number of attacks on our people lately. More worrying is the fact that our sources suggest the violence is being perpetrated by the gang that runs the place, the Kings. I need someone to look into this that won't attract attention. Would you be interested?
Yeah, I'll look into it.
Good. Our men have come up with two different plans for seeing an end to the violence.
Sure.
First, our sources have tracked most of the attacks back to a king named Pacer.
Yep.
The consensus is that the violence will stop if he's removed. The problem is we can't simply kill him. In the current climate, the NCR would likely be blamed for his death. There is an alternative option, but my sources feel that getting rid of this Pacer fellow is our best shot.
What's my other choice?
In that case, we could take a different tact, but one that I at least have more experience with: diplomacy. If we can't go after the man responsible, we'll simply appeal to the man above him. The Kings, including our friend Pacer, report to the leader of their gang, a man who calls himself the King.
What would I need to do?
Go and talk to the King. Try to convince him to put an end to this violence. Pacer's a punk, but he won't likely disobey a direct order.
Guess I'll go have a talk with the king then.
I wish you luck.
So, as we walk over to Freeside, let me just tell you what the options we have here are. So the first option that we have is to kill Pacer, and there's a couple different ways you can do it, but every single way has to end with it looking like someone else or Pacer himself was the perpetrator. Like, you can spike his jet with Psycho, and that'll take him out because he'll use his jet because he's a jet addict. Also, you can convince people it was the Van Grafts, and all that basically has you do is kill him with an energy weapon. People will think, oh, hey, it was the Van Grafts who did it. Or you can kill him during Birds of a Feather, but that would involve doing Birds of a Feather. So there's just a lot of ways to do this quest, but the easiest way is to just talk to the king, finish GI Blues, and use your favor to convince him to, stop. But I have intentionally made it difficult for me to do that. I need you to stop the violence against NCR citizens.
I'd like to help you out, especially considering all you've done. But that's a pretty big favor you're asking for, and you've already used yours.
Yep, okay, so he won't do anything about it, so I wonder what else we can do. I should tell you now, I have not actually done King's Gambit the way we're going to do it today. So that's part of the reason why I picked doing it this way, because I've never done it before. And because, again, when I do King's Gambit, I either spike Pacer's jet with Psycho, because that's just the easiest thing to do. You just got to go talk to Ratface, get his records from the old Mormon fort, get some Psycho, and have a medicine skill of 60, which I don't have. I can get it to 59 fairly easily. Getting it to 60 is a little more difficult. Dude, it's like 8 o'clock at night. Why are you already in bed? The king won't deal with the NCR.
That's most unfortunate. In this circumstance, I've been instructed to send you along to Colonel Moore over at Hoover Dam for further orders. The colonel will likely send you back to Freeside with a squad of armed men, for all the good that will do.
Sounds like you and the colonel don't get along.
Oh, I like the colonel just fine. She's a good soldier, one of the best. I just don't think her general approach to things is a good fit here. See, the colonel likes to solve things neatly, quickly, and efficiently through a show of force if possible and through actual force if necessary.
What do you suggest?
I'd suggest you speak to Colonel Shue over at Camp McCarran. He's much more level-headed about this sort of thing. He's also in a better position to bargain with the people of Freeside, seeing as how he's in charge of water and power distribution in the area. Still, I'm only mentioning it as an option. My official orders are to direct you to Colonel Moore.
So, we're going to talk to Colonel Shue, because I gotta be honest with you, I think it's the better situation, according to what I'm reading on the wiki. The king, may agree to this, and if I go to Colonel Moore, the king won't agree to it. And Ambassador Crocker said to come see you about the situation with the kings in Freeside.
Ah, that. I'm surprised he didn't send you to Colonel Moore. That'd be her jurisdiction.
He did, technically. He said those were his official orders, but suggested seeing you anyway.
Because he's looking to avoid a bloodbath. I get it. He knows me. All right. Moore's not going to like it, but that's for Crocker to worry about. Go to the leader of the Kings and tell him that I'll make sure Freeside gets more water, power, and food, as long as the violence there stops.
So, I mean, like, both of them are colonels, so I don't think one outranks the other. So I think Colonel Moore can go, like, you know, screw off or something, because it seems like Colonel Shu's got a bit more of his finger on the pulse. Before I forget, also, I did level up. It doesn't really matter at all, because, you know, can't increase my skills in any way, shape, or form. But I did level up after I completed GI Blues, just FYI.
Okay, I need some answers now. These guys just barged in here and said they were under orders to keep me here until you arrived.
Yep.
I'm about 5 seconds away from telling my men to take them down, so speak fast.
So according to the wiki, I need to pick this one just to make sure I don't, you know, screw everything over. Apologize to him. Look, I apologize for the rudeness. The NCR wants peace in Freeside and offers additional supplies.
And I suppose they want me to help see that happen? That seems pretty reasonable.
This is bullshit. Why are we even talking about dealing with these guys?
Pace, this isn't really a good time to have this discussion.
Wrong. This is exactly the right time. I'm about to prevent you from making a huge mistake.
Pace, don't do this. I won't stand with you if you do.
Then I'll stand on my own, just like I always have. Just like a king should. Whoa, watch out!
Ow! 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 Woo! That was intense. So, now that the situation has calmed down, let's go talk to Crocker. The king accepted Colonel Shu's offer of help.
Good, good. Shu's a man you can count on to handle a crisis. I'm just glad that things didn't end in violence.
Well...
This is what remains of the funds initially allocated for this operation. Also, I've been directed to send you on to Colonel Moore at Hoover Dam.
Okay. Okay, level up once again. Can't take this. Take my no perk thanks. No perk thanks perk. Colonel Moore.
Good, you made it. I've been receiving reports about the savior of the NCR for a while now and wanted to meet you myself. Since the majority of my men are on assignment dealing with the Legion, I need someone to handle other matters that have arisen. Make no mistake, there's a battle coming, and I intend to make sure there are no loose ends when the time comes. One such loose end is a gang known as the Great Khans. Have you heard of them?
Yep. We've had dealings.
Then I don't need to tell you that they can be a pain in the ass. I want you to visit them in their canyons to the far west and make sure they're in no shape to join the Legion.
Got it.
They're just another gang of raiders as far as I'm concerned, so deal with them appropriately.
I mean, the whole real reason I was doing this, not just today, but in general getting to this, is that it makes it a lot easier to buy from Quartermaster Barden
Always
here.
nice to have a friend of the NCR around.
Now, I'm not going to purchase any right now, but he has a ton of armor-piercing 9mm rounds, which will be crucial-ish, because it does only negate 2 damage threshold. Crucial-ish in taking down more heavily armored enemies. Well, I have 121 armor-piercing rounds right now, so I think we're good there. Now, the biggest issue with the Great Khans is the fact that they are way over here, and you gotta go way down here to get up there. It's really frustrating. Dadgum. No, fiends! I already killed a bunch of you last time. I don't need to kill any more. Go. Look. Stay in peace. I don't. Stop it. Jerks. Alright, fine. I didn't want to do this, but I will. You missed. I missed. There we go. Okay. That was annoying. Come on. Look, I don't want to fight you guys. I'm just going to let you live. You know, Violet's dogs had the good sense to stay dead. Oh. I have no health. Yeah. That sucked. This time I'm just going to ignore them. I'm just going to ignore them and I'm just going to leave. And they can chase me, but they'll hit their limit eventually. And it won't really matter that much. They'll give up. And I should have queued up this location last time, because then I probably could have just fast traveled to the gas station and avoided this whole mess to begin with. They'll hit their limit and give up. See? Nope. Okay, well, I'll just lead them straight to the geckos. That's fine. Or the death claws that are this way too. Nope, I think they may have hit their limit. Oh well. Yeah, that went much smoother. This would be so much easier if the Great Khans would just live closer to everyone else. Or if Obsidian hadn't seen fit to, I don't know, place frickin' Cazadors so we can't walk up this way from Good Springs easily. Still probably would have been easier. Suffice it to say I'm not happy about that, is all. Losers. You guys are losers. Okay, so we are now at Red Rock Canyon. There's a couple of ways we can do this. And once again, I am going to be completing this quest in a way I haven't done before. So there are 3 ways you can really ostensibly do this. The first way is to just kill enough of the Great Khans that they are all walking away. That includes taking out Papa Khan. But usually also means taking out, like, Regis and stuff. So, that's one way. Completing Oh My Papa by going around convincing everybody to actually, you know, break their truce with, not their truce, break their agreement with Caesar. That's another way you can do it. I already did that. I did that back in 2017 when I did my mostly melee run. So this is going to be a little bit different. There he is. Jeez.
So the cub enters the wolf's den. What do you want, cub?
I've come to ask the Great Khans to break their alliance with the Legion.
Have you now? Well, you're a bold one, I'll give you that. But why should I do this for you?
Do you really think Caesar is going to restore your tribe to glory? You'll be made slaves.
Ha! The Great Khans will not be slaves.
Oh, you will.
Caesar himself has promised us the land from here to the Colorado and the freedom to raid as we see fit. I won't hear any more talk against Caesar or his alliance. The Great Khans will answer Caesar's call to war, and the NCR will pay for their crimes.
I heard you try to convince Papa Khan.
How did you get outside so fast?
I'd like to talk to you about that for a moment.
Okay. Who are you?
Name's Regis. I'm Papa's second in command. You might say I share your concern about Caesar.
So if you were in charge of the tribe, you'd fight with the NCR against Caesar if asked?
I suppose if asked, I would. But that's a moot point, because Papa's in charge now, and he's not going anywhere.
Well, we'll
Until
see
next
about
time.
that. The Great Khan's second in command seems amiable to allying with the NCR.
An alliance? That's an interesting proposition. Any plan where I can throw packs of raiders at the enemy instead of my own soldiers is a good one. If the leader won't be budged, he'll have to be replaced. I
Okay.
want you to go back to Red Rock Canyon and assassinate this Papa Khan. You'll have to be stealthy. If they see you do it, they'll kill you.
Sure. What's the plan?
Here, take this lockpicking gear. Your best bet is to wait until late at night, find a back door, or catch him by surprise when he's alone.
Got it.
Good luck, soldier. Dismissed.
Okay, so fun fact, even with a locksmith reader, there's no way I can pick a hard lock. And I don't have another stealth boy right now. So, that's not really an option either. So I can't pick this back door right here. And I can't pick the door to his room either. I mean, I have a decent lockpick, but it's not going to get me up to hard. So, I can just walk into his room because apparently that's just a thing we can do now. Huh. Okay, so my initial plan was to wait for him to go use the toilet outside. So now I'm wondering if I just go with my go with a new plan of standing here waiting for him to come into this room, so that way I can kill him stealthily in his room. Okay, I think he's coming this way. Really fast. You You are not a smart man. I also went and grabbed my broad machete. Doesn't do as much damage as Maria, but it does, however, do a lot more damage in VATS. But you know what? Let's start off going with an old, reliable, placing a stick of dynamite in him, backing way up, letting him die. I failed a quest. I have killed Papa Khan before, by the way, but I've never done it that way. That was fun. Hi.
Not now, I'm busy.
Okay. Okay. That worked. Regis.
I wish there were more like you.
Yeah. Like me, who kills your leader, so that way you become the leader.
Something else you wanted?
Now that you're in command, will you lead the cons against Caesar and fight for the NCR?
Without Papa Khan's guidance, I don't know what else to do. All right. You can tell the NCR the Great Khans will fight for them when Caesar attacks.
Goodbye.
Until next time.
Hey, look at that. The Great Khans like me after I killed their leader.
Yes. Did you have an update on the cons?
Yes, actually. Their new leader has agreed to fight for the NCR.
Excellent. You've done very well indeed. These tribals will make useful machete fodder. And if it should turn out we need their land later, well, it's not like we don't have the force to drive them out again. In the meantime, however, I have something else I want you to look into.
Okay.
We've had some disturbing reports recently concerning the Omertas. I need you to uncover what they're up to and stop it if it threatens the NCR. Liza O'Malley at the embassy may have some information for you as well. Dismissed.
So now we're getting all of the, hey, if you keep working for the NCR, we're going to come after you. Well, we settled things in Freeside, and we also settled things with the cons, so all in all, I think this has been pretty successful. And both of those quests ended in slightly different ways than I have seen done before. Although, in the grand scheme of things, none of that really matters anyway. This has been Fallout New Vegas. Thank you for watching, and come back soon for more New Vegas.